Howdy folks, and welcome to the Hillbilly Kitchen. Today we're going to be enjoying our eggnog in a whole new way. We're making a super easy, creamy dreamy, no-bake eggnog pie. Now before we get started, I want to take just a second and ask you to please click like and subscribe if you have not already. I would appreciate it so very much, and it would mean a lot to the channel's growth. It would ensure that you continue to see our great recipes and hear our encouraging messages. Thank you so very much. This is a super simple recipe, and it has that wonderful spicy vanilla-y eggnog flavor, but a slightly different texture. And a lot of folks aren't crazy about the texture of eggnog, so this may be a way for them to enjoy it, but it's certainly another way for all the eggnog lovers to enjoy their eggnog. You need 1.5 cups of eggnog. And let me say, there's substitutions in this. You can do any brand. You can do homemade if you want. You need 8 ounces of whipped topping. You can do fresh whipped cream or whatever you want. You need a 4-serving box of instant vanilla pudding. And it's a good idea to spice it up a little bit because we're putting all this cream in with the eggnog. So you're going to lose that nutmeg flavor. So I like to add about a teaspoon, well, a half teaspoon to a teaspoon, depending on how much of that nutmeg flavor you want. It is pretty strong. At least a half a teaspoon, though, is what I recommend. And I add a little vanilla to mine. I saw a lot of recipes that recommended using rum extract. Well, I'm not going to buy extract for a no-bake pie that I'm not going to use in anything else. Things are way too expensive. Vanilla is extracted with rum, and that adds plenty of flavor to it, and I like it just fine that way. But you can do rum extract if you want to. Now we're going to start by adding our pudding and our nutmeg and our vanilla into 1.5 cups of cold eggnog. And you want to mix this until it gets thick. It'll be take a couple of minutes. I think the packages all recommend mixing it for a couple of minutes. Get the lumps all out, and you can use a measuring spoon if you want to. That's a little over half teaspoon. But you can use an electric mixer. I'm not using an electric mixer because I'm mixing it up in this gorgeous antique eggnog punch bowl here that Melinda found for me somewhere. Melinda and Alex are always picking me up little kitchen things, stuff to make videos extra pretty. So thank you, Melinda. That does make this one extra pretty. Go ahead and add my vanilla in there. I've got a ton of homemade vanilla that I need to start using, and I was going to start using it for my Christmas baking, but I still had an open bottle that I have not finished. Debbie brought me an entire half gallon of homemade vanilla for my birthday. And I think I'm going to start with that because she actually aged it. She started aging it 6 months before all the vanilla that Melinda and I made. And most of that I'm going to give away to folks anyway, but I have plenty of homemade vanilla. While I continue to mix this for about another minute, I want to take just a second. I want to say thank you to all of you for helping me get my new kitchen decoration back there. That arrived just yesterday, quite a bit earlier than I thought. And as soon as we get done with this wedding, I need to start planning some sort of 1,000,000 subscriber celebration for spring. So we'll be looking for your ideas for that, for locations and for maybe a festival or something that's in this area that we could do that at. I don't know, but we'll figure something out. All right, now I'll be honest with you, this is going to thicken up. So we're going to go ahead and add in our whipped topping. And like I said, you can use homemade whipped cream because the pudding will thicken it and it will stabilize it. So if you don't want to use the non-dairy whipped topping, just whip you up 8 ounces of heavy whipping cream. Now we are going to fold this in and try not to deflate it. You do want it thawed out, and mine is barely thawed out here. And just kind of gently fold that in until it is all well combined and you don't have any white streaks left. Now you can top this pie with additional whipped topping. You could put some sort of sprinkles on it because it's Christmas time. You could sprinkle a little nutmeg on it. Just whatever you want. It's pretty creamy, so I think the additional whipped topping kind of takes away from the flavor. But if you want additional whipped topping on it, you feel free to add it. I don't know about y'all, but my life seems to be so unorganized. My whole house is organized. I said Melinda and Alex are always picking me up stuff to use in the kitchen. I had the worst time trying to find this bowl, and Melinda had just brought it to me, I don't know, maybe 2 months ago. She said she wanted me to have time to plan so I could use it in a video. And I said, well, we'll definitely use it because it is very pretty. It's colorful. And I love this colored glass. I mean, I like stuff like this just to have to look at. But anyway, I can't find any of my stuff because I'm so unorganized. This year, my New Year's resolution is definitely going to be to declutter and organize my house. I don't know. I had Christmas spatulas. I can't find any of my Christmas spatulas. Now for a pie crust, you can use a graham cracker crust, pre-made, homemade. You can use a vanilla wafer crust. You could use a crust made out of ginger snaps, shortbread cookies, or you can pre-bake a regular pie crust and put this in a regular pie crust. But if you're making a no-bake pie, you know, pre-baking a pie crust kind of takes the no-bake out of that process. And once you get it all mixed up, you just dump it in your pie shell. Now you're going to want to refrigerate this for 3-4 hours. You can certainly make it the night before. I actually mixed this one here that I have the slice out of up yesterday. So it will last in the refrigerator for a few days. I would probably, if I was going to take it somewhere, make it the day before. But if you're in a hurry, you can make it a few hours before. I love that bowl. So what are your New Year's resolutions? That's all there is to this. It's done. It's good, you know, potlucks, an easy dessert if you're making a big Christmas dinner for folks. And you can do it all the way through Christmas and New Year's. It would be a good one for New Year's Eve because a lot of people still have eggnog on New Year's Eve. But it's really thick and really creamy, and it has that wonderful vanilla-y, nutmeggy flavor that you love in the eggnog. And just in a different form. Instead of in your cup, it's on your plate. It's not super, super sweet, which I like, but it's sweet enough to let you know you've had dessert. Give this one a try. I got a feeling this is going to turn into the Christmas pie like pumpkin pie is the Thanksgiving pie. In December, we have kind of as a group been reading through Luke because there are 24 chapters in Luke. And if you read through the book of Luke, you go through the entire gospel in December and you finish it on Christmas Eve. So if you're not doing that, I want to encourage you to kind of join us in that or do it next year or the year after or every year, which is what I try to do. And I've tried to do that for several years. But before we go, I want to leave you with Luke 12:34. And the 12th chapter of Luke, it talks about how we should serve, where we should store up our treasures, what things should be important to us. And 12:34 says, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." And we are all going to be giving and receiving several treasures this month. I mean, that's part of Christmas, gift giving, and it's one of my favorite parts of Christmas. But as I get older, and I think as all of us get older and we get closer to heaven, looking at where our treasure is, our maybe distribution of the things that we hold valuable in our lives becomes more and more important. And I certainly want to encourage you to make sure you are investing in eternity, not just today. Make sure you are doing for the least of these. Make sure you are giving to those who are less fortunate than you. Make sure you are sharing the gospel and you are storing up treasures in heaven, because everything that is here is very, very temporary. And I think the things that we do here, most importantly, focus on those people in your life who maybe you matter most to instead of who matter most to you. And I know that's a deep one, and that's one that we'll take up maybe more later in a live stream or something. But so many of us spend time chasing, wanting, and worrying about people who simply choose not to return our love. So focus on those people who love you and who need you, rather than the people who you need. And you might find that you already have the people you need in your life. Thank you all so very, very much for joining us, the Hillbilly Kitchen. If you didn't already, please don't forget to click like and subscribe before you leave. Share this video with your friends. Merry Christmas, everybody. And until next time, remember to put God first.